Germantown, welcome in. In this district feature, we're stepping inside one of the gems of Germantown schools, our Performing Arts Center. From productions like The Addams Family to concerts, showcases, and summer opportunities, the PAC is where student talent, creativity, and collaboration come to life. Let's go behind the curtain and meet Mrs. Ellis, our Performing Arts Coordinator. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for having me.
Can you tell us a little bit about your background and how you got to Germantown?
Sure, yeah. I have been working as the PAC coordinator since the PAC was built. I was hired in December of 2018, and then we started being able to get in the building in early 2019. Our first set of shows towards very early spring in 2019. And I have been here ever since. If there's anything PAC related, I have had a hand in it, and it's going really well. Before this, I came from the community theater world, so the education aspect of it has been a little different for me, but I am used to a very heavy production season, which is what we have here in Germantown.
Well, we thank you for being here and all your efforts expanding and growing the Performing Arts Center. For those who have not yet visited, what makes our Performing Arts Center a unique space for students and the community?
It is a gorgeous space. A lot of schools are starting to build these PACs, kind of like the new trend, I would say, in the last 20 years or so. And there's a big reason for it is that these auditoriums are extremely useful to the community. It's almost like they don't know what they're missing until they finally do get one. And, that has been clear here of much usage the theater gets on a daily basis throughout the year, not just in the school season. We're a little different in the size of our stage. It is very deep, it's very wide to the type of performances we have in our space. We do have piano recitals and smaller things, but we also have really big dance recitals and really big musicals that fill the space. And because our equipment is so up to date, it really allows us to do things that older venues would struggle with.
We're very thankful for the community's support in both putting the Performing Arts Center up and also attending the events, and certainly opportunities that we'll talk about for more to attend and get involved. Before we do that, how does involvement in the arts at Germantown shape students both on stage and beyond it?
This has been one of the blessings of being in a school and watching the students grow, getting to meet them a little bit when they come over from the middle school and then watch them as they progress through their years. Some of them are diehard music or drama people, and some of them you only see once in a while, but it is clear to see how they grow in confidence, especially the kids that I do get to work with on a one-on-one basis, kids that maybe don't really have any skills. You kind of teach them how to do something and they just take it and run with it. In addition to some practical skills, it is also very clearly a benefit socially. We kind of get a little bit of everybody. Maybe you don't fit in somewhere else at school, but there is a place for you somewhere in the theater, whether it's concessions or handing out programs or working on the light board, or you want to do crew backstage, or you're kind of more of just a painter and you want to do your own thing. There is a place for every type of person and you will make friends. Everybody is really nice, and I've just seen so many kids come in really shy and then just blossom and then use the skills they learn to go on and do really amazing things. And that is such, that's really amazing to watch.
Many people see the final performance, though not the work behind it. What goes into producing a show like The Addams Family or the Queen's tribute we recently have, from first rehearsal to opening night and all the details in between?
Yeah. One of my sayings is it's not just about the product, it's also about the process. You have to also love the process, not just live for those final moments on stage. So it's really important that whole time that we are working together and having a good time, but it is months of work for most of the larger productions we have. And it even sometimes starts more than a year in advance of figuring out what shows are going to come in. There's a lot of discussion on that because that's a big decision. And then there's usually a team of people involved in that, depending on what it is. There's getting The team together is almost always slightly different. People are leaving, new people are coming in. Shows might have specific requirements that are different. It's not just the same group of people every time. Getting all those pieces lined up. And honestly, by the time you get to creating the content in terms of teach our actors how to act and the singers how to sing, we're already like almost at the finish line at that point. And yeah, it is usually, especially on like the Addams Family, it's about a 2-month process with the kids, but it starts way ahead of that, getting ready. And then the last 2 weeks is just kind of a mad dash to the finish line. In a musical and a play in particular, that's the case. And that isn't just school events, that also is like community events. It's the same way. That's just you have the space for a limited amount of time. So you got to get as much done as you can ahead of time and then buckle down and get it done. And then, yeah, you get to finally celebrate the performance, but you got to appreciate the process too.
So, Dramatic Impact is one of our student groups. Tell us about that and what it is. How does it shape the culture of the arts at Germantown High School?
So we do have, lots of great music programs, but then we also have a Dramatic Impact is the group at the high school that hosts plays and musicals, several throughout the year during the school year. And there are 2 directors in charge of that right now. And the kids audition to be in the show. They get to participate. They get cast in certain roles. And there's also a crew element of participating backstage. One of the things I'm super proud of is pretty much everything that happens live during a show, whether backstage or on stage, is done by students. There's a supervisory team, making sure that they're being safe and doing the right things, but everything from the lights to the stage management to backstage, that is all high school students working on their own, making decisions, fixing things. It's very great. Anyone can participate. It is open to all of the high school, and you don't even have to be in all of the shows. We've had kids jump in for one show their senior year, or there's kids that just want to do the plays or just want to do the musicals. They really have the ability to pick and choose what they want to do. And as far as how it shapes the high school culture in general, like I said, it definitely opens up kids that I've seen kind of struggle socially. They get to make new friends. They get to pretend to be somebody else a lot of times, which can help. They have to expand their ability to emote. Sometimes they discover things in themselves they didn't even know they had, and that's fun to watch. We really work one-on-one with a lot of different departments too, probably more than I would say most of the other activity groups. We have worked with, the metals department. We've worked with woodworking. I've had robotics questions we had to kind of coordinate. There's also a lot of ties to like English and history departments when we're talking about a play that has historical significance, and trying to teach and collaborate on ways that can be educational as well.
Lots of opportunities for our students to get involved as much or as little as they want, and certainly be willing to try something. Beyond musical productions, what types of events and experiences take place in that ever in demand PAC throughout the year?
Yeah, just a little bit of everything. The musicals and plays are kind of the bread and butter, just given the type of space that this is. But we also have all of the concerts, really just all of them, choir, band. We have community orchestras that come in and use this space. And then the next set of things is at a lot of dance recitals. They rent our space. We have currently 21 different annual renters, and they usually do multiple productions a year. So that's great. We have our PAC Community Series, which is the professional series that we host to bring in groups that aren't student-based. They are for other people in our community to come see. That's been great. We've had tribute bands. We're looking at a couple more for next year. We've had orchestras. Like this summer, we get to bring in the Milwaukee Symphony. That's going to be fantastic. We do even little stuff. We have piano recitals with the community, vocal recitals. We've had special events like fundraising activities, not just for the school, but for other groups as well. And we've had movie nights. Those are really popular. We have a lot of meetings too. As far as the day-to-day use of the space, our student body is so large that we do host a lot of school meetings, in-service meetings, board meetings. We just kind of do a little bit of everything.
A marquee space for all kinds of users.
Absolutely.
For families and community members attending a performance, what can they expect when they walk in the doors?
We try to make the user experience as friendly as possible. It's going to differ a little bit depending on what you're coming to see, but we do have a lot of amenities that make it great for really anybody at any age level. We especially cater towards the younger children and families with babies. We've had a lot of that, which makes our space a little bit different. So we do have like children seat pillows that get used all the time. We have a monitor in our lobby that also has a video and sound feed. So a lot of times parents are coming outside just to let their kids run around or whatever they need to do while there's a performance going on. And generally, it's very professional, and we do want to have a friendly and safe environment for the kids, but we also want to have a professional experience when we're putting on something where you're paying good money to come see a good show.
Looking ahead to upcoming performances like the Addams Family, concerts, and summer opportunities, what are you most excited about and how can families get involved?
Absolutely. Well, I'm really excited about Adam's Family. We do one really big high school musical a year. So that's honestly the biggest time commitment of the year for us. That is going to be fantastic. And a lot of people are really going to love the show. You might be familiar with the Adams Family from the old TV cartoon. This takes those characters and it kind of brings them into a modern setting. The jokes are great. It's just a really fun, kooky comedy that really everybody will love, even maybe if you're not so much a musical person. It's funny. It's great. That's going to be an awesome show for all ages. And then looking towards the summer, the MSO concert is really something you don't want to miss. It is a pay what you can event. So you're going to be able to pay $1 or $100. You can pick what seats you want. That's being sponsored by the Youth Performing Arts Fund. That it's the orchestra and there's great parking. Come see it here. Don't waste your time downtown. Come see it right here in Germantown. And then the other ones I'm really excited for are our summer drama camp, which is more of a community-based drama camp where kids from anywhere, homeschooled or out of town, can also come. It gets to be a mix. You get to meet new people. And that is, we have two camps. We have the Little Mermaid for ages 12 to 17. And then we have the Finding Nemo camp, which is for ages 8 to 12. And the Nemo camp's already full. So I really love working with those kids in the summertime. And we get to throw some shows together really quickly. And it's gotten to be really popular over the last few years of hosting those summer camps.
Lead role or backstage crew?
Backstage all day long, for sure.
Opening night or final curtain?
Opening night. The final show often means, I just have to work really hard cleaning up. Opening night is usually like, oh, all the work's paid off. And now we get to enjoy it for a couple days.
Matinee or evening performance?
I prefer matinee. We don't have too many of those, but yeah.
Spotlight or soundboard?
A soundboard. There's more buttons.
Script in hand or fully memorized?
I'm going to say script in hand for this one. I don't like to memorize.
Hot dog or brat?
Hot dog.
A book in hand or a podcast?
A book. Paper book. Old fashioned like that.
High five or fist bump?
High five.
Jazz band or concert choir?
Jazz band. Concert choir is great too.
Fresh or fried cheese curds?
Fried.
State fair or summer fest?
Summerfest.
Lake house weekend or cabin in the woods?
Ooh, both. I'll take whatever I can get.
Pizza Friday or Taco Tuesday?
Pizza Friday, for sure.
One word that describes the PAC.
Community. I'm really appreciative of being in this position, and it is very multifaceted. There is a lot of territory I have to cover to run this facility, and it is great to be able to talk to the kids on a daily basis. I work with a lot of teachers, have personal relationships with admins and staff and maintenance and the cleaning crew, and it's just all comes together. And I'm really grateful when we're all able to work together and bring fantastic entertainment and educational value to Germantown.
Well, Mrs. Ellis, thanks so much for joining. It's great to spotlight the Performing Arts Center, and we look forward to seeing many of the community at our upcoming events. There is many things to be proud of to celebrate with our community.
If you have any questions about what's happening, please go on the PAC website or the PAC Facebook page at GTown PAC. If you're looking for pictures, they're almost all on our Facebook page. You can see all our past shows, and you can also come to the PAC and pick up a brochure if you like the paper in hand, and you can see all of our major events. And there's links to get your tickets.
Thank you, and we'll see you all at an upcoming event. Thanks for listening to the stories that make our Germantown learning community a great place to learn, grow, and belong. We are all shareholders in empowering and inspiring student success today and into the future. Until next time, this is GTown Life.